Salutations, respected dear friends. Welcome for our another day of study of Shastras. It's good to see the regular, sincere audience listener in you. It's very good to see that Jignasa and Mokshata in each one is intensifying, growing. Thus, maybe to fulfill these two things, recognize that we need to be the sincere disciples of the Gurus, ardent devotees of the God, and then practitioner of the Shastriya Jnanam. May these aspects also grow in us day by day. May all our efforts of being regular to our satsangs, meeting each other, enhance, empower us in this direction. May not even one interaction of our class go waste without empowering us in one way or the other towards the spiritual acme, spiritual goal. Very good it is. Keep it up. This is the way anybody who have experienced that moksha anamoti have traveled from the lowest level of worldliness up to highest as we are doing. So let it continue, but every time let there be observance that are we on the track properly or not, or anything we are allowing us ourselves to get distracted. Few cares when we take, like in any case like that of medical profession everywhere, just take few cares, doctor says, along with the prescription and some what to consume, what not to consume. If that's done, really so great, the patient is taken care. So to we are all the Bhavarogins, few cares we take and then are careful. Nothing will go wrong. Steadily the progress will happen. Of course, the need of patience, all of us know by now. Together, let us salute to the Parabrahma Tattva. Together, let us salute to the Ishvara. Together, let us salute to all the Adhisthana Devatas. The Parabrahma is the total government. Ishvara is the head of the institution. Adhisthana Devatas are all people at different levels with different responsibilities. Let us salute the Guru Tattva, Paramatma only expressing as so, to empower the intellects of human beings, whoever are ready and whoever are accessing. That Guru Tattva only, without stopping at one time in one place, goes on spreading in time as well as in space, in place. That spreading is called as the Guru Parampara. Through the individual gurus, that jnanam goes on being spread across all places, so to all times, future. That Guru Parampara, one particular Guru or Acharya or few of them, they come to save us. So we owe a lot to them. We have to extend our continuous gratitudes to them to keep up our good relation with them so that the grace flows unobstructed by our own mistakes. Last but not the least, our Shrutimata, our Shastras. This is the major main place where our love should grow more to such an extent. Good that we are anyway listening to all Shastras. Along with that, Swadhyaya also should uh, become stronger, regular at our own home. Then it is a expression of gratitude also to Shruti Mata. More than that, that is how we invoking her grace and become matured day by day. And the only maturity you and I can have is gaining knowledge. Knowledge comes to us through satsanga from the experienced saints, sages, elders, ourselves going through the Shastra Adhyanam deeply, sincerely, again with devotion to those who have given these Shastras to us. So if I study Vyasa literature, my devotion to Bhagavan Vyasa makes me understand his literature. So too, if I am studying Adi Shankara Bhagavan's literature, when I am devoted to him, his blessings will come, make me understand. So too, if I am studying Upanishads and all the Upanishadaka rishis, when I remember, salute to them, more chances of understanding the subject with no distraction or misunderstanding. So thus, having saluted all of them, a 2-3 minutes thought today is so simple, like we advise to our children in various aspects of their life for their own progress. Fortunate is the child as well as father if the child is matured enough to understand everything said by the parents is that for his own interest. You know, if the youngster or the child is strong in his ego, personal opinions, and then doesn't catch the loving guidance given by parents for his own betterment, he only goes in wrong direction. In the same way, for you and I, the Guru and Shastra are the elders at our immature level of living our life with our ignorance and delusions. We are entering to more deeper samsara. So the entire Shastras is advice of them, like the parents, to help us out only. This thing deeply has to enter. Like that child, whatever my parents say is wrong, so for everything I oppose. Worst type of child. The best child is what? Whatever my parents saying is absolutely correct. I am doing my best to tune to them and follow them. Imagine how beautiful that family is. The parents are happy, child also grows. In the same way, whatever Shastras Gurus say is absolutely wrong, I don't like it, I will not do. From this animalistic ego level, you have to come to the level that what my gurus are saying and Shastras are saying. In general, about how to live the life, in particular, about how spirituality I have to increase in me. They are perfectly correct. It is I who have to increase my abilities, reduce my own personally projected obstacles to follow exactly what they say in my own interest. That clarity, if it comes to us, we are really on good track, we are really blessed. Now, what they say, Shastras, and what we also continuously feel experience. What is that major? Abstraction in recognizing the pure inner self. Is it not our own personal upadhis and persona, the ego? They are the only major obstacles for my own actual self realization. First, we have to recognize it. Then we should know that I have to come out of my identity with these upadhis. Then only the identity with the real self deeply the core of the heart on the seat of meditation, I'll be able to reach out. This fact we have to accept. Then a question comes as to how these upadhis can be detached from transcended. Many ideas are given all through our Shastras. Best thing is what? Who has given these upadhis to us? They are given to us by the Samashti only, isn't it? Therefore, the best way of getting detached from upadhis as well as their slavery. I am slave to them. Is what? Using these faculties to work for the samashti, isn't it? If this also, which we might have heard many times, but it has to click to us. That day is really golden. And thus, till the detachment from the upadhis happen, we keep serving the world totality. Then we are correctly have understood spiritual sadhana. And then for serving total, you need not go to any of the universal level. The total is in the form of your own family members. Total is in the form of your own servants, your own friends and relatives. Whoever come across us in our life, they are the expression of total. With them, if we have the attitude of love, attitude of service, and lovingly serve, servingly love. When these are done, we are really understanding the sadhana and actually doing it. So my sharira is to serve others, my indriyas to serve others, my mana is to serve others, my buddhi is to serve others outside. By this, my hold on my upadhis and upadhi hold on me, and I living for my own upadhis, their demands, which is called as samsara, can be practically reduced. We can experience that also. A person whole day engaging in serving all around with all the love, kindness, he is no more bothered or troubled by the demands too much of the faculties. The rusty nature of them, laziness, the demands of them are the ones. When we succumb to, they enslave us. These two are eliminated when we deeply understand and accept the fact that these upadhis have come from total. The fulfillment of them is only in serving the total. And it is all attitude, and whichever the occasion arises, keep on doing the things of serving with that attitude intact. Then the next point is what? Should I expect a reciprocation from the world or any of the favors or appreciations or recognitions? Every one of them again will push us into samsara, push us into again upadhi tadat. More so, what is our goal? Inner self. What is our means? Pure antakarana. So for the purity of antakarana, we are doing. When we expect a reciprocation or anything from the people whom we are serving with our faculties, then it will only intensify our again identify with the upadhis only. In Ashuddhi of the heart will grow. Therefore, only serving. Whether they recognize or not, whether they acknowledge or not, whether they appreciate or not. Because I am doing it for my antakarana shuddhi. I am doing it for my detachment with my own upadhis. I am doing it for my own freedom from the slavery of my upadhis. I am doing all this because my goal is the innermost self, to reach which I need to enter into deeper meditations, deeper understandings of the nature of truth. For them, my own personal upadhis were obstructions with their own various demands and modifications. To come out of that, as advised by my gurus and shastras, I am conducting in my life in this way. With this clarity in us, we just enjoy both the things. One, our serving the world. Second, they zero recognize, they don't even acknowledge. उसको भी हमें enjoy करना. नेकी करो, फिर कुएं में डालो. Perfectly correct it is. The moment we expect something, then the vasanas are created, expectation is not thwarted, not fulfilled, then the likes, dislikes precipitate, then the ego becomes stronger, then this samsari is he will replace this sadhaka in us. So by kaya, vacha, manasa, always when we think, plan, execute things for the world's sake, or whatever the things that are given to us to do, those karmas only, when we do with this attitude of service to all, we save from our own upadhi tadatmya. Otherwise, how much ever Siddhanta Jnana of spirituality we may gain, still we will be at a very lowest level of spiritual sadhana and evolution if we hold on to our own upadhis for our own bhoga through them by contacting those respective vishyas. This is a big maya, big delusion. But terrible. One has to go very deep in detail to understand. Like, the government. Each of the state, central governments, the policies made, except few. The rest is all maya only. किसके अंदर क्या इंटेंशन है, क्या बाहर वो बिहेव कर रहा है, व्हाट इज हिज मोटिवेशन, हु नोज इट. भयंकर माया. You can't trust the world today by seeing it outside. Everything, every uncertainty, we have to be ready to facing. We have to face. पता नहीं कौन कब किसका क्या दिमाग बदलेगा. माया है वो. So to the international affairs. Which country becomes friend to whom, enemy to whom. Very funny. Countries divide, countries come together. Germany and all. क्या क्या होता है, इट्स महामाया. जब का तब अलर्ट अलर्ट रहना, जो हो रहा है उसको उस समय बेस्ट तरीके से डील करना. मोर देन दैट इन दिस व्यावहारिक वर्ल्ड वी कांट नो. इन द सेम वे when we expect things from world, and whether we get or not, variety of emotions, these are all unwanted mahamaya, mahamoha, mahamaya. Simplify the life. I have these upadhis given to me by the totality to serve totality. For me, the totality is whoever are around me, consciously, with every of my faculties, to the best of my abilities, I just do the seva and don't expect anything. Karmani eva adhikaraha te ma phaleshu kadach. This is the way, and this is the only way for us to rise above the demand slavery of our own upadhis. Then only we can detach from them also. From slavery we have to come out. Then only from the attachment will come out. Then only we remain sakshi to them. Then only our essential self we can discover, which is our main goal. You and I were given a chance to study the Upanishadic literature. हमारे लिए तो यही ऐसा ही जीवन होना चाहिए. In the same way, when all faculties are working for the total by not expecting the result and by expressing the gratitude for giving the opportunities with prayers. These are three ways of the ego in us also has to be merged in the divinity. So I am not there as a specific separated individuality with my upadhis to gain my own sukha by involving in the world for gaining and owning the object as mine objects. This सारा महामोह माया को मैं पार करना. See, yesterday's Guru Gita, 24th chapter, we chanted these mantras only. So powerful it is. I am going to have the Raghu Gita camps. कुछ नहीं सत्संग होगा, बस बेसिक बताएंगे. Everyone sits in front only. Will chant the mantras in their mind, do the meditation on those mantras. Wonderful text. I really love it. So the thought today started was, as our children, we teach them. If they follow, it's good for them. If they don't, it's bad. So to us, the children, the parents of the gurus or the Shruti Mata are teaching us ki this is where is moksha, this is where is bondage, this is how the moksha is gained, this is what if you live, the bondage will continue. In that, today's discussion was the biggest obstruction is our own upadhis. How to detach from them, how to purify them is knowing that they are given to us by Samashti, therefore use them in the service of Samashti without any palasakti and ensure inside that the upadhi slavery, upadhi tadatma is not that much as it was earlier, not allowing for deep sadhanas. Now, not that much is botheration, and you can feel that sense of lightness inside when we use faculties to serve the world without any apeksha. That is inexplicable, beautiful calmness and lightness. है ना? क्योंकि the load of ego, load of selfishness, load of bhoga with indriyas etc. is so heavy thing. सब चला जाएगा, जिंदगी हल्का हो जाए, वो वाला हल्कापन हमको आना चाहिए. Not the halkapan after fulfilling the desire, which is for some time again another desire comes and we feel heavy load on our head till that the bhoj of the desire is removed by indulging in that desire. ये सब चला जाएगा इस तरह के attitude. But anyway, we have our other main goal of discovering the core of our own personality. Therefore, engage in them. If at all any of the upadhis, make a complaint or cry कि you are not giving us any bhoga, you are using us for serving others. उस समय चुप, उससे बात नहीं करो, उपाधियों से लगे रहो अपना अंदर के जर्नी में. These are all things together are called spiritual maturities and sadhana. ये ऐसे ही चीज ज्यादा हमको धीरे धीरे सीखना पड़ता है because what sadhana is understood but obstructions are so many every moment. So how to conquer them is basic thing. That has to be kept in mind all the time. So maybe that way, day in and day out, through these Shravanas, Manana, grow in exactly what is to be done for achieving what is to be achieved. May Lord Gurus, Shastras, Devatas bless us. Let's continue further the analysis of the vrittis of the mana, identifying with which as a jiva we go on having samsara. Here the enumeration of all of them are said that to only to say that this is how through various modifications the mind goes. And that mind is nothing but the outward extroverted pure self. Yet the mind as the self and the modification of the mind as the self are not a healthy self identification. Detaching from them, identify the unconditional, infinite, pure self in the core of our heart is the only way for the moksha, the freedom from all limitations. Then only the jignasa becomes fulfilled. Then only whatever things we have given up, of course, with maturity, called as vairagya, also is fulfilled. Because in this Upanishad, the Adhunatana sadhakas. Who are they? They are viragins. Their vairagya has to have a meaning. They are mumukshus. Definitely they should get the moksha. And the mumuksha or moksha comes only by knowing the self. And that is the jignasa of the self. Therefore, by fulfillment of the jignasa of the self, that is by recognizing a real self, we fulfill our dream of getting moksha, that is freedom from all the limitations around. And thus, the thing in which we gave up the world called as vairagya is fulfilled. That is how, in this text, Aitareya, in this last chapter, the Adhanatana rishis, we have approaching the self and further detaching from the not self, we have to learn. It is not at all new or unfamiliar to us. When 10 clothes are there in the almirah, they are there, but don't we select the best one suiting to that occasion? Go to the shopkeeper, shows 10 things, but we don't go for anything. We go for the best only to avoid so many problems. So to have 100 people around us, but who is suitable best for us? With them only we be friend. In the same way, world also is Atma. Of Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa. Sharira also is Atma. Indriyas also Atma. Prana also Atma. Mana bhi Atma hai. Buddhi bhi Atma hai. Ahankara also Atma. Chitta also Atma. But then they are not best. Beyond all of them, the real self is there, which is called Brahman in the Shastra. That when we identify, it is always better. That's the best thing. In that there are no any limitations or miseries. At all other levels, they continue. These are the simple things to understand. Simple only pursue, and life becomes so simple. Recognizing yourself and realizing the self and relaxing by being it. इतना ही होता. How many ever number of books we study, how many ever of variety of sadhanas we conceive to do, उन सबका सार तो इतना ही है. So that's the portion we are studying in which they have come to Nischayam Krutavantaha. Now that self for whose experiences self itself comes to become as Upadhi and goes through various modifications. What are those modifications? So that with every modification, instead of identifying with it, we should know this is the modification of the mind. And the mind is the expression of the self extroverted. So if give value to the mind and its modification, I live only at that level. My goal is not to live at this level to know the self. Therefore, through every of these modifications, arrival. Without identifying with it, without fighting with it, but tracing to its origin, if we can learn the art of reaching to the self or the God, purpose of enumerating so many modifications of the mind is fulfilled. Major of them, not all of them. Other than this, hundreds of the many other emotions are there in the mind in the form of the thoughts. All of them are Paramatma only, but not the liberating Paramatma, binding conditional expression of Paramatma. हमको तो अनकंडीशनल आत्मा चाहिए, इनफाइनाइट आत्मा चाहिए, नॉट कंडीशनड एंड फाइनाइट. All are self, but not the unconditional infinite. They're all conditioned, Desha Kala Vastu. All of that is Maya, etc. But why should we bother about it when our focus and attention is toward the real self? इसके ऊपर दृष्टि देना है, अपने आप उसका दृष्टि छोड़ना है. This is what is the topic under discussion. Sangnyanam, Ajnanam, Prajnanam, Vijnanam. 4 things we saw. Some more are there. Today we'll do the topic. Om. 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 ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः. ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः. ॐ नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्मविद्यासम्प्रदायकर्तृभ्यो वंशऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः. ॐ निधये सर्वविद्यानां विषजे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः. ॐ व्यासाय विष्णुरूपाय व्यासरूपाय विष्णवे नमो वै ब्रह्मनिधे वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः. ॐ शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतो वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः. ॐ येरिमे गुरुवे पूर्वमद्वाक्यप्रमाणतः व्याख्याता सर्ववेदान्ताः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम्. ॐ श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्. ॐ विदितानमया विशदैककला न च किञ्चन काञ्चनमस्ति गुरो द्रुतमेव विदेहि कृपां सहजां भव शङ्करदेशिक मे शरणम् ॐ ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्त ब्रह्मविद्याचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो नमः अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः इतरे उपनिषदाचार्येभ्यो नमः तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण उपनिषदुक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधस्य अस्मिन् क्षणे एव सिद्ध्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य विश्वव्याप्ति विश्वाध्यात्मिकप्रगति शान्ति एकता पुरोभिवृद्ध्यर्थं ये ये भक्तसाधकाः अस्मिन् धर्मसंस्थापनकार्ये निश्चिताः अस्माकं सह तेषां सर्वेषां पूर्णायुरारोग्य ऐश्वर्यादि समस्त संपदा शक्ति साधना सानुकूल्यतानां प्राप्ति बाह्याभ्यंतर शत्रु विघ्न निर्मूलन द्वारा धर्म संस्थापन कार्ये दिग्विजयार्थम अनेक शास्त्राणां पारायण अध्ययन मध्ये श्री ऐतरेयोपनिषदः ऋग्वेदान्तर्गत पारायणम् अध्ययनं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे ओं मनस्तापतमशान्त्यै यस्य पादनखच्युता शरदिन्दुनिभाभाति तं वन्दे नीलचिन्मणिम् ओम अथ श्री ऋग्वेदान्तर्गत ऐतरेयोपनिषत् शान्तिमन्त्रः ॐ वाङ्मे मनसि प्रतिष्ठिता मनो मे वाचि प्रतिष्ठितम् आविराविर्म एधि वेदस्य महाणीस्तः श्रुतं मे मा प्रहासीः अनेनाधीतेनाहोरात्रान् सन्ददामि ऋतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मामवतु तद्वक्तारमवत्वतु मामवतु वक्तारमवतु वक्तारम् ॐ शान्तिः 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 पारायणमोमथ प्रथमोऽध्यायः द्वितीयः खण्डः ॐ सत्ता एता देवताः सृष्टाः अस्मिन् महत्यर्णवे प्रापदन् तम् अशनायाभिभासाभ्याम् अन्ववार्जतु तायेनमब्रुवन् आयतनं नः प्रजानीहि यस्मिन् प्रतिष्ठिताः अन्नमदामयिते ताभ्यो गामानयत् ता अब्रुवन् न वैनोऽयमलयम् अलमिते ताभ्यः अश्वमानयत् ता अब्रुवन् न वैनोऽयमलम इति ताभ्यः पुरुषमानयत् ता अब्रुवन् सुकृतं वदेति पुरुषो वाव सुकृतं ताब्रवीत् यथा आयतनं प्रविशत इति अग्निर्वाग् भूत्वा मुखं प्राविशद्वायुः प्राणो भूत्वा नासिके प्राविशत् आदित्यः चक्षुर्भूत्वा अक्षिणी प्राविशत् दिशः श्रोत्रं भूत्वा कर्णौ प्राविशन्नोषधि वनस्पतयो लोमानि भूत्वा त्वचं प्राविशन् चन्द्रमा मनो भूत्वा हृदयं प्राविशन् मृत्युरपानो भूत्वा नाभिं प्राविशदापोरेतो भूत्वा शिष्णं प्राविशन् तमशनाया विपासे अब्रुतामावाभ्याम अभिप्रजानीहि इति ते अब्रवीत् एतासु एव वां देवतासु आभजामि एतासु भागिन्यौ करोमि इति तस्माद् यस्यैकस्यै च देवतायै हरिर्गृह्यते भागिन्यौ एव अस्याम् अशनाया पिपासे भवतः ओम शांति 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 डेली पारायण मेक इट ए कंपल्शन till we come out of mind's longings somewhere else, till we make our mind habitually enjoying these spiritual things, we have to struggle. Once these two major things are achieved, thereafter, willingly, joyfully, continuously, we'll be engaged only in the Bhagavad related things. Right now, lot of resistances, demands, fightings within ourselves with our own earlier wrong trained mind that they doesn't allow us to do these things. We will have to step by step conquer all of that. One of them is this regular beautiful chanting of the Veda Upanishad and other mantras which we alone do in our class. Then on the authority of that Shastra only we discuss the knowledge of moksha and bandhanam. So, this sentence which we from last 3 days every day studying because of the importance of the meaning in that. We are discussing about variety of antakarana vrittis. What are these antakarana vrittis? Purpose of them? देखो तद अंतःकरण उपाधिस्थस्य उपलब्धुः प्रज्ञारूपस्य ब्रह्मणः उपलब्ध्यर्था या अंतःकरण वृत्तयः बाह्य अंतर्वर्ती विषयाः ताः इमाः उच्यन्ते. Wow, what a beautiful sentence it is. So there is antakarana. Antakarana is upadhi. Within the antakarana alone is there is an Atman. The nature of that Atman is pure consciousness. That pure conscious Atma to whom the antakarana is upadhi, to provide him with all the experiences, goes through various modifications. These are those modifications, are the vrittis of the antakarana. There is no ego or jiva brought here. Isn't it? For the awareness, to become aware, all these are presented. Again you see, अंतःकरण उपाधिस्तस्य, अंतःकरण के उपाधि में बैठा हुआ, उपलब्धुः, the experiencer. Who is the experiencer? प्रज्ञा रूपस्य, who is of the pure consciousness nature. He is called as what in Upanishads? Brahmanah. So the Brahman alone in the cave of heart as the Prajna Rupa, and that Prajna Rupa Brahman alone is the real Upalabdha, and he is there in the Antakarana Upadhi. See, Antakarana Upadhistasya Upalabduhu Prajna Rupasya Brahmana. For his Upalabdhi, Brahmana Upalabdhyartha, Ya Antakarana Vruttayaha. What are the various vrittis of the Antakarana? Which have in their womb the vrittis. In the antakarana vrittis womb, there are bahya antarvarti vishaya. Bahya vishayas are shabda sparsha, ityadi. Andar vishayas are the emotions of love, hatred, etc. ये सारे बाह्य अंदर विषय उन वृत्तियों में है, जो वृत्तियां उस अंतःकरण का हिस्सा है. वो अंतःकरण जो वो ब्रह्म रूपी प्रज्ञा रूपी आत्मा का उपाधि है. वो ब्रह्म को ये अपना ये सारे अनुभव देते हैं. And what is the anubhava of the Brahman? Just being aware of it. That's it. So there were only two things in this world. One, pure awareness. Second, it is becoming aware of the phenomena that is happening in the world. There is no samsara bandhana there. Where is the samsara bandhana? When I come from Paramatma as an individual and get identified with the upadhis as they are mine, there I suffer. That also, as we just now gave the introduction, what it is, if we identify with the total upadhis, or if we de-identify with even this personal upadhi, there is no samsara. What is samsara? Detaching from the total upadhis and holding on to one upadhi, finding other upadhis to be other than us. In that delusion, there is all problem. It's all delusion. If it is not delusion, it is real. If it is real, it should never go. If it never goes, all Shastras, sadhanas are waste, moksha never comes. Therefore, the Shastras, sadhanas are there, moksha gained by so many. Therefore, this is not reality, it is delusion only. What it is? Are we needing to identify with one particular set of upadhis? It's only a delusion. How much ever strong it is, that's secondary. We'll slowly loosen it. How much ever we are carrying it from thousands of lives, we don't know, but still, it is not real, it is delusion. We have to come out of it. So, Adbhuta Rupa, Antakarana Upadhistasya Upalabduhu Prajnarupasya Brahmanaha Upalabdhyartaha Ya Antakarana Vrittaya Bahya Antarvarti Vishyaha Taha Imaha Uchyante. So, Antakarana, it has got the vrittis. In those vrittis, there are Bahya or Antara Vishayas. This entire Antakarana is the Upadhi for the Upalabdha. That Upalabdha is Brahmana, Brahma. That Brahma Upalabdha nature is Prajnarupa. Therefore, by being prajna means aware that upalabdha, the Brahman, the Atman, is experiencing all these modifications of antakarana vrittis which we are mentioning there. And why is it happening? It's only a play, it's only a leela. Attribute any purpose or any biasness, then you start suffering. What are those variety of modification of the antakarana which are used for the vyavahara? Positive ही यहाँ ज़्यादातर बता रहे. Negative, opposite of all these are negative. That also are entertained by us. They are not required. Therefore, out of our sacredness, dignity, Shruti Mata has not mentioned. But you can imagine. But that's all. Those all antakarana vrittis are dragging us more into the samsara level. Careful right now. What are they? First, samjnanam sangnaptihi chetana bhavaha. The knowingness is called as sangnanam. That also is the vritti of the antakarana only. Antakarana only becomes the knower. In the pure self, there is no knower known difference. It's pure one homogeneous mass of conscious existence. So sangnanam is the first expression of. In the list of the things, first said thing of the upadhi, antakarana lakshana. Okay, ima uchyante. Okay, antakarana vrittis. First sangnanam sangnapti chetana bhava. Second is ajnanam, means ajnapti ishvara bhava. So the sangnapti is the buddhi, ishvara bhava, ajnapti is called as ahankara. We have seen. Then vijnanam, then kala adi parijnanam. The vijnana also, the various kalas. In the kalas, you can talk about the talents and the professional skills. That is called here as vijnana, kaladi parijnana. These are all thoughts only in the mind. Please remember, they are all antakarana vrittaya. They are only to entertain the pure consciousness without the consciousness getting identified with them to become a jiva. Like giving satsang. It is one kala. So I must learn the art of doing this work of satsang, which is a kala of the antakarana, by not getting identified with it, remembering myself to be the consciousness aware of it. In the same way, so many other kalas we have, the arts and facets, etc. All of them belong to antakarana, not to the self. They're all in the antakarana to entertain the self. Self entertains itself just by being aware of it, not in the delusion of identification with it. Like I am aware that there are 10 cars and I am identified with one of the 10 as mine. See the difference? And that car with which I identify as a mamata, whatever, I suffer. It's called samsara. I get entangled. Wonderful thought this one is ki vijnanam kaladi parigyanam. So I'm a singer, I'm a musician, I'm a dancer, I'm a painter, artist, all of them kalas. Chatushashti kalas. The professional kalas are, these are all entertaining kalas. The professional kalas are what I am doctor, I am engineer, I am वकील. ये जो भी है ये सब बुद्धि में है, आत्मा में नहीं है. Then other kalas we can add them as values. That I am a data, dani, I am a forgiver, I am a premi. ये सारे बुद्धि के वृत्तियां हैं. They are all entertaining pure conscious self. That conscious self in whose light they are all there. Only to entertain that Raja, the consciousness, I am that. उससे हमें तादात्म्य करने से मोक्षा. To this natija only those people have come. निश्चयं कृतवन्तः. Who are sitting, the modern jignasus, etc. Adhuratana jignasus. So, sangnyanam, ajnanam, vignapti. Sangnyanam is general knowledge, knowing everything, ability to know. Ajnanam is Ishvara Bhava, Ajna dene ka capacity. Ego does the Ajna to others and to its own faculties also. Ahankar hai wo. Then Vijnanam, Kala adi Parijnanam. Variety of kalas. देखो ये कलाओं का होने से some of them will help in going near to the self. Many of them help in serving the world, but none of them are required for the self. Self is beyond all that. To discover the self, one need not be lawyer, doctor, engineer, or intelligent or small, so smart, etc. For the worldly achievement, they are all. For Atman, they are all obstructions only. We just drop them. It's a different sanctum sanctorium, the self. उसमें जाने के लिए सब छोड़ना है, सब obstructions है, जरूरत नहीं उसका. They're all needed outside. व्यवहार. But these are the modifications our antakarana goes through. Then prajnanam means prajnapti means prajnata. That prajnana. When our antakarana is little shuddha, then the prajnanam or prajnapti will be at the higher level. The prajnanam aspect is what? Being absolutely alert. To tackle every situation at that very moment with the correct decision, correct action. समयोचित निर्णय लेकर काम करना को प्रज्ञानम कहते हैं. Some delay it, somebody delay further, somebody delay it is till it is destroyed. There are few people without delay at the very moment the solution to a problem clicks to him and he immediately applies it. That is the meaning of prajnanam here. Yesterday we gave some examples. कप सासर नीचे गिर गया. Collect it, throw it away, bring the new one from the cupboard, but move ahead. That's called prajnana. Samayochita vicharana nirnay or saving the situations. Yeah, I've done a mistake. Immediately I say sorry 5-6 times and request that person to really forgive. And more than that one, I clear it from my mind. That's called prajnapti. और मैंने गलती किया, मैंने कबूल किया, मैंने माफी मांगी. If he gives punishment, I'll go through that. If he forgives, I'm happy. But from my side, what exactly I have to do at that time, I have done it. हो गया. This is called prajnapti. In many cases, examples, hazaro. Whether to achieve some success, whether to accomplish some work responsibility, whether to come out of some problem posed by this situation in front of us, to tackle all of them quickly. Like I'm in rented house, I need new house. Immediately फटाफट लोन लिया, ये लिया, कर दी, 6 महीने में घर खड़ा हो गया. He found all the means, techniques, intelligences to procure the things required. Own house is made, is entered Gurubhyo. Other prajnanam is the what in this very case. No, my job is small. I can't afford to have a own house. I have to have that money saved for the marriage of daughter, this, that. So he quickly decides that and avoids for the whole life from the mind the thought of wanting own house. Rented house में छोटे छोटे में रहेगा बस. वो भी प्रज्ञानम है. तो प्रज्ञानम प्रज्ञप्ति प्रज्ञता. Presence of mind you call it. Every day we need these things. Isn't it? That also is the vritti of the antakarana, entertaining consciousness. I am that consciousness. See, if I become the consciousness, prajnapti in this upadhi is at one level, prajnapti in the other upadhi is another level. I don't compare this is greater, that is great. In both cases, the Pragnaptis are expressing like that, and I am aware of it. You will not have comparison. That fellow is more smarter, I am less smarter. नहीं होता है. I am consciousness observing the smartness here and there. Big or small, it's a part of the happening. Nothing to be worried, to compare and to feel low about. Like I do my class. There are many Mahatmas, they do in their own higher level, greater level, with all variety of expressions, vocabularies and all. So I have an awareness, which is aware of the expression of Antakaranavati Prajnanam at this level here, at that level there. Mm. Isn't it? For better performance, I will improve myself. Or I leave it to Ishwara. If it is his work, let him give. In either case, I am not worried by comparing. Prajnanam is this beautiful thing. Prajnanam is a vritti, I am the knower of that one. है ना? मैं उपलब्ध हूँ. मेरे उपलब्धि के लिए ये अंतःकरण वृत्ति है. Upalabdhi is being aware, that's it. That's why true bhaktas, if they are highly intelligent, they attribute it to the God. If they are very simple, dull-witted, they say attribute to God. He doesn't want to give to my antakarana these capacities. Why should I worry? तो उनका काम इस तरह से होते हैं. नेक्स्ट वन मेधा. मेधा इज also antakarana vritti. What it does, grantha dharana samarthyam. Grantha dharana samarthyam. Ability to withhold or hold or remember or retention ability of the granthas, shastras. That also antakarana vritti. Everywhere it is so. Grantha dharana, when we talk grantha dharana, we talk about scriptures. That he remembers all the Upanishadic mantras, he remembers Gita mantras, he remembers even the Bhashyams, he remembers so many stotras. Grantha dharana is medha. Everybody has got it. कम या ज़्यादा, that's it. किसी को बहुत ज़्यादा होता है, किसी को बहुत कम होता है. हम बस 2 श्लोक ही जानते हो लोग. पर वो भी धारणा है ना, ग्रंथ धारणा. कुछ लोग हजारों जानते हैं. There are people in Kerala, Tamil Nadu, more in Kerala or Tamil Nadu. Big Pothia, they know it by heart. Like in North, there are at least thousands of them who know by heart Grantha Dharana, entire Tulasi Ramayana. This is spiritual Grantha Dharana, Medha. But Granthas are there explaining every science, no? So therefore, the Dharana Shakti of those Granthas also is Grantha Dharana. Like a physics professor. Once 1 year he taught to the children and he remembered everything without seeing the book, he goes on explaining. A mathematics professor, a medical professor has got such a great Grantha Dharana. Don't you see in the world? म्यूजिक जानने वाला एक बार देख लिया गाना याद बस ग्रंथ धारणा. एवरी प्रोफेशन इज लाइक चार्टेड अकाउंटेंट्स. ग्रंथ धारणा शक्ति. अकाउंट्स को कैसे प्रॉपरली चार्ट करना है वगैरह वगैरह. सो टू दी वकील साहब ग्रंथ धारणा उनको तो इतना होना पड़ता है. द मेडिकल एंड लीगल आई बिलीव are expected to have a lot of grantha dharana. Because the lawyer should know what is the penal code or what are the different sections, laws which have to be applied in discussing about this particular case. बाप रे, इसलिए you can see the घर of the lawyers are filled with मोटे मोटे तगड़े किताबें. So too the medical professionals, journals, articles, because every day they are updated. Laws also going on getting changed very much, not remaining the same. So update करना पड़ता है. सबसे जल्दी विकसित होने वाला है IT as well as medical profession. So the doctors have to update the newer mutating All these things are coming up. Bacteria, fungus are all infection causing things. And there we have attacking the organs is different. Silent killers, many of them are. They are not showing the symptoms only. They are not being caught by any of the tests which are present now, which are available. बहुत टेंशन होता है बेचारे डॉक्टर को। अब जो टेस्ट कर रहे हैं उसमें ये पकड़ में नहीं आ रहा और ना कोई सिम्टम दिखा रहा है, बट लोग अफेक्ट हो ही जा रहे हैं, मर ही जा रहे हैं। So then the doctors also, the research people will sit, then decode the whole thing. They are struggling hard. Then these doctors have to update themselves about this one. So latest variant of bacteria or virus and the proper medication for it. With all that, what are the dosages to be given for the children, a middle age, oldies, those who have the other diseases, pregnant women. सब ग्रंथ धारणा ही तो है वो. So in this way, medha is grantha dharana. Some of them have cooking medhas. 100 items they can make. Some of them चार I know उतना बनाता हूँ, बोर हो गया तो I just get it online nowadays. Everything is available. This is also only intellectual vritti. That's why nakaramana prajya or nayamatma paravashirin labhya namedhaya. These are all belonging to upadhi only. Atman has nothing to do. Yesterday, day before we saw Rubugidha, na buddhihi, na medha, na smrutihi aham. Next one, drushtihi. What is the drushtihi word used in this mantra? Indriya dvara sarva vishaya upalabdhi. Drushti is using all the five jnanendriyas and gathering shabda sparsha rupa rasa gandha. That drushti also is antakarana vritti only to entertain the pure conscious self. Conscious self entertains them only by being aware of it. No tadatmya with it. It is fulfilled in itself by being aware, that's it. The consciousness need not have upadhis to indulge in them. That is the job of the jiva. Jiva needs a tongue to eat the sweet that is kept. Pure conscious Paramatma looks at the sweet, by that only his consumption is over. He need not have the tongue to taste and then feel happy. He is already in blissful state. Very subtle thought it is. Think about it, it will help. That pure consciousness doesn't need to indulge. Indulgence is the job of jiva. Pure consciousness is conscious of, aware of. So, दृष्टि ही वी हैव सीन. संज्ञानम हो गया, प्रज्ञानम हो गया, संज्ञानम, आज्ञानम, ऑर्डर देना, विज्ञानम, the variety of the knowledges at different times. Vijnanam kaladi. Then prajnanam is the presence of mind. Then medha, the retention power. Drushti is ability to see through all sense organs, the various sense objects. Then comes dhrutihi. Dhrutihi means dharanam. Dhruti is dharanam. Of what? Avasannanam sharira indriyanam yaya uttambanam bhavati. Beautiful thought. Dhruti means dharanam. What is the dharanam? Avasannanam sharira indriyanam yaya uttambanam bhavati. Avasanna means becoming weaker and weaker. Either really weaker because there is no energy, or the weaker because of the tamoguna. What? Sharira indriya. Not allowing it to become weaker or sleepy. Waking up, called as uttambanam here. That quality with which you make them wake up, don't allow them to go into slumber and sleepiness, is called as dhruti, like you are doing now in the class. Coming to the class regularly itself is a dhruti. In the class, the Sharira has its own bodily limitations and pains. Indriyas also look here and there. But आप क्या कर रहे हो? Trying to sit without moving, trying to use Indriya, especially the ears to listen, eyes to see the book, the subject which we are studying. So, उत्तम मन हो रहा है इंद्रियों में मन में नहीं अवसाधनम हो रहा है वेरी सारी एंड वी आर डूइंग द उत्तम भनम दैट्स कॉल्ड धृति patience and perseverance to hold on to the body and senses from just falling down and using them for the work as long as possible. That is called as dhruti. Dharana Shakti. Wonderful, it's required. That is how the capacity of ours grows in using the faculties. Nahi to, there is no dhruti, no samarthyam. Small little distraction or trouble comes up, we just give up the work which we are taking. Such persons never achieve anything in life जिनका धृति नहीं है. You understand? All people become multimillionaires or great officers, great political leaders. Common quality in all of them is dhruti. They never allowed senses, body either to become lazy or get distracted in unwanted channels. They have that dhruti quality. Hold them. Don't allow them to sleep. Make them do the work. See, as you deal with your children, all the three things you have to deal with the children to do. One, don't allow them to go and get lost with the friends in the nonsense. Pull them from there. Second, don't allow the buffalo to sleep on the bed or in the bathroom. उसको उठाना पड़ता है. Then make him do the work of study or whatever. In the same way, Sharira and Indriya, stopping them from doing wrong things. Sharira, Indriya, not allowing them to be overpowered by Tamo Guna. Sharira and Indriya, using for the professional works or dharma or spiritual sadhana. This is called a dhruti. है ना? Those athletes, the marathon athletes, 20 किलोमीटर वॉक होता है उनका. Not an easy thing. It is not a common, a casual walk which we do while Nath That is, they are aiming at that gold medal. So, till that last point they cross. Every moment the body is giving up. Yet, they take some cool drink and root if it is provided. Ting, 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 chalte rehte. Till that last moment. That's why that type of sports person is really Dhrutival. Goes on walking. 20 kilometers chalna is not an easy thing. But he does it. So to political Dhruti. Really we have to appreciate. Opportunities नहीं मिल रहे हैं या opposition party is stronger, pulling me down. So much are done. है कि नहीं? हम जैसे लोग तो वैराग के नाम पे एक बुजदिल कमजोर लोग कभी का छोड़कर भाग देते हैं. या काय का पॉलिटिक्स रखा है. Nobody listens to my goodness. Nobody wants to take help from me, service from me. उनको किस्मत नहीं है मेरे द्वारा सेवा पाने का. These are all laziness, the lack of dhruti. The real Dhrutiman कहता है, let me convince the people that what I am doing is good for them. It goes on doing that. The Dhruti never gives up. He will not allow the avasadhanam of the senses and body, does the uttambhanam all the time, making them awake and do the work. Neither getting distracted wrong channels, nor going to sleep. No tamas, no rajas, no tamas. Using them for the work they are given. Dhruti. I was reading yesterday, or earlier also. The Prime Minister, 32 years back, he said, only for Rama Prana Pradishta I'll come back to Ayodhya. It was recorded somewhere. See that Dhruti. Step by step, growing in the state, coming to the national level, becoming so much matured in every aspect, dealing all the things. winning the hearts of the people. Then, through all the legal processes, finally, the Rama Mandira 5 दिन में inauguration, 6 days. Prana Pratishtha. It's a sign of Dhruti. Not only him, the many hundreds, thousands involved in it. The Dhruti of our freedom fighters to get back our Swatantrata. I believe after India getting independence, the highest achievement is India getting Rama Mandir back. मेरे लिए तो भाई as a country we worked and we got back. Scientifically we grew, industrial revolutions have become, वो सब तो ठीक है, सब भौतिकवाद संबंधी. स्वतंत्रता संग्राम के बाद बढ़िया सा हमारा आराध्य श्री राम जी का मंदिर अयोध्या में, बिग विक्ट्री इट इज, because of so much of against Hinduism all the time going on in our own country. Great. And I wish and pray Shiva Mandir, Krishna Mandir will happen in next 1 year, not delayed. 22 जनवरी अगले साल और एक, 22 जनवरी और एक साल और एक. धृति की बात. नेक्स्ट वन, धृति धारणम अवसन्नानाम शरीरेन्द्रियाणाम या उत्तमं भवति. एग्जांपल इज धृत्या शरीरम उद्वहन्ति इति ही वदन्ति. See, धृत्या शरीरम उद्वहन्ति. See, such a dhruti has got that he got up, he stood, that old man, and he started walking also. He started even climbing the stairs. You can see those who got accident and are on the bed for 8 months. Slowly they are put with that, whatever you call the supporting crutches. उसको पकड़कर एक स्टेप लगाते हैं, ताली बजाते हैं. That is called dhruti in that person. That's the example here given. कि धृत्या शरीरम उद्वहन्ति इति ही वदन्ति. Again in all sports, dhruti. Especially one-to-one sports like that of wrestlings or boxings and all of them, dhruti होती है वहाँ. शरीर को फिर से खड़ा करना. So to indriyas. Okay. So दृष्टि ही धृति ही. Next one, mati ही. Mati means mananam. Mananam means in the mind taking an important thing and pondering over it. That is called as mati ही, mananam. करना है जिंदगी में. ये इस चीज में वी आर वेरी लेजी. मनन चिंतनम, व्हाट इज गुड फॉर अस, वी शुड थिंक, वी शुड नो, वी शुड डू इट. वी आर एक्सट्रीमली लेजी. देयरफॉर वी आर नॉट ग्रेटर देन एनिमल्स. वी डोंट वर्क फॉर आवर एवोल्यूशन. All our ability, faculties of manabuddhi is only for getting artha kama like the animals only. ज़्यादा मनन चिंतन विकास के लिए हम करते ही नहीं. That shows that we are not at all matured that. Otherwise, every moment the manana should go on. The mati. Mati तो इसलिए दिया गया to do the manana कि what is the next stage I have to reach to and how to do it. A human being can't afford to be lazing, relaxing even a moment. Every moment he'll have to go on doing mati mananam to know what to achieve and how, and execute their plans through various faculties. Okay, mati mananam. Then what is the manisha? Manisha means tatra swatantra. मन पे ईश्वरत्व को मनीषा कहते हैं. तो मन इज मननम, मननम इज मति, मति इज वर्क इज मननम. उस मननम पे जिनका स्वतंत्रता है, दैट फीलिंग इज कॉल्ड मनीषा. तस्मिन् स्वतंत्रता, तत्र स्वातंत्र्यम. स्वतंत्रता, स्वातंत्र्यम, मति. Here स्वातंत्र्य means freedom from slavery for others' advice, but following the Shastra. Having heard Shastra from the Guru, one's own individual inquiry, doing mananam is called as manisha. Finally, I have to be the student of Shastra. I have to understand what is said in Shastra. I have to practice it. Practices it. Gurus will not be there all the time. That is why स्वातंत्र is manisha, it is said. मन के ऊपर ईषण करना. मन का काम क्या? मनन करना. मन means मति. सुनियता तमति मन चितलाये. नेक्स्ट वन, ज्योति ही. ज्योति क्या है? चेतसः रुजादि दुःखित्व भावः. In the chitta, when there are physical rogas are there, some insults are there to our ego, when a mind is disturbed by someone, or we are cheated, our faith is broken, that dukkha we feel, that is called a jyoti. चेतसा रुजादि दुखित्व भावः. That's called jyoti. There are some people perennially deceased. बेचारे इन्हें दुख ओनली अंदर चित्ता, पता नहीं कोई ना कोई रोग अटैक ही कर. फिजिकल प्रॉब्लम, सम हैव फाइनेंशियल प्रॉब्लम. कभी भी हमेशा कोई भी हाथ में सफिशिएंट मनी नहीं होता कुछ खरीदने को अच्छी चीज. Some people are all alone, lonely. Nobody goes to them. Then their chitta become dukhi. Their chitta becoming dukhi because of physical diseases, indriyas, inabilities, financial crisis, any other trouble. That feeling in the mind is called jyoti. Okay, then what are the some few things? We will see them tomorrow. Om Purnamadaha. Om 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 Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. श्री गुरुभ्यो परम ऋषिभ्यो परम ब्रह्मणे श्रुति मात्रे तत्सत ब्रह्मार्पणमस्तु. इतना काफी है, कल देखेंगे. Class will continue 7:30.